What's up, everybody? Welcome to Top 16 of the Valorant Sunday Showdown week number 59. It's also Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers, the father figures out there. I've dressed up just like you to kind of assimilate all of your energy right now, so I'm really hoping that kind of helps me throughout the cast today. I'm Choice Plays, and I'm joined by Cuppa Frag here. Cuppa, how you feeling today? It's Top 16. We're excited. It's a Sunday. It's Valorant Sunday Showdown.
I'm hyped, man. Week 59. 59 weeks of these players building their skill, honing their inner god tier plays and clutches, and bringing it to you for the Sunday's worth of action. Today, it is going to be DNA Diff. Taking on, it's going to be Recon 5. Two teams you've heard of before. If you've been to Valorant Sunday Showdown, I love to say this because we're building a narrative. We're building that story. And it's not a scent. I'm getting excited. It's a bit more personal enjoyment. It's not a scent.
Hey, as long as we don't get a scent anymore, I mean, poor Dilly, he had to cast 4 maps of Ascent, so
Ooh,
I
boy.
can only imagine what he's feeling right now. But we're on to Haven, his other favorite map here in Valorant, the 3-site map, which is very interesting in and of itself. But I mean, I want to talk about Recon 5 and DNA Diff. Let's be honest here, Cuppa. I mean, DNA Diff last week, they were our grand champions in a major fashion too. I mean, they beat the team that they were going up against 13-3 on Bind and then 13-6 on Haven. Will they be able to do the same thing up against Recon 5 here, Cuppa? Will they be able to 13-6 again, or will they put a stop to here?
Big questions, and who's gonna have those big answers? Time shall tell. 35 seconds, and all the players get themselves ready. I say get themselves ready. You should be by now. Mazza just getting out aim labs, getting into the game, and getting ready to go. You've been playing for a little bit already today as well, so still some gas in the tank. I hope to see it. Some Red Bull fueled clutches inbounds.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a very interesting, though, Cuppa, I've got to say, because DNA Diff, they had a bye, so they've been kind of chilling ever since the group stage is finished, or they finished their last game. So they've been kind of chilling for a while. Will they be able to warm themselves up or keep themselves hot for this match up against Recon 5, who we saw earlier do a bit of damage? I mean, we know these teams, we know these players, and they're going in, and the spike is already down on B side.
TikTok. Hardly any time got on the clock before the spike goes down here. Love to see that early game hype, that aggression. The Cypher Game's going to get the tag. Hooligan spotted on his barrage there.
Very interesting. You can see these duels starting to happen here really quickly. Look at that. Hot Hands doing tons of damage onto Mazza, and that's going to be a quick down from DNA Diff. Look at this. There's one member left. It's all up to Stealthy, and Nick's going to be able to do that jumping right-click classic. Everyone loves it here on the B site to give them that first round on the board. DNA Diff, even though they had the bye, they've been chilling for a while, they still look pretty warm here.
Oh, yeah. They most certainly do. And if you can keep that composure and stay in the zone for that long, you've got a good feeling. You've got a good feeling about how you're going to be performing today.
Yeah, absolutely. So DNA Diff,
They got here.
how do you feel about these stars being set up? This is a very interesting setup. You could see one on the A link towards the B site. You see a couple. They're actually picked up pretty quickly. Or at least used. I go on the backside with the headshot onto Stealthy. Mazza taken down, getting the nice trade-off. Look at this push towards B, Cuppa.
That is a heavy push. The cam going straight in there. Does get a tag as well. Rhett just holding steady. The only gun they've got right now is going to be that shorty. If they could get anything more, I think they could call that a victory.
Oh my gosh, gets the gun into hand, but not going to be able to follow it up anymore. Adder's going to be able to take down Simple. I really like that Hot Hands that we saw on the B side to stave off the push, and now they're forced to go somewhere else here, Cuppa. They're on the A side. They have to go fast. Oh my goodness, the curveball comes out, but Adder, it doesn't even matter, is going to be able to take down Hooligan. That's going to make it a 2v3 situation, but this shorty, Cuppa, is going insane. It doesn't matter, though. Aiko and Nick are going to be able to take down the last two members of Recon 5, making it 2-0.
Some really, really promising stuff here from the defenders, though, and you're seeing why they're going to be that really high caliber of Valorant we've been talking about. Still managing Recon 5 to pick up a good couple of frags there. One curveball and a shorty. Cut a very long way over an A site there.
I can't believe like what I saw. Adder being able to take down Hooligan off the back of that curveball that hit Adder. I mean, just a full blind spray down is always fun to watch in general.
Spray downs though. Get them while they're hot because they're not going to be around forever. The run and gun nerf inbound. Talked about it. Talk at every game because you need to know. And these players, oh, they know.
Big C push and a good split from DNA Diff. You still have the Cypher in mid watching that area, but now the call is going to go out. There's tons of stars going out. Rep is going to get the first two off the board, and there goes 3. It's still going to be Cypher in the mid. It's going to be staying alive, going to try and get something done here. Only has the Bulldog in hand, but we kind of saw this happening. They were on that bonus buy, but still one after another falling off that C push. Really unfortunate for DNA Diff, but a fantastic round on the board for Recon 5.
Recon 5, they're alive. They are in this early and checked in. You check in pre-game and they're checked in-game right now within the server. You got to see that early on, especially for Haven. It's one of those maps that it can get away from you mighty quickly. If you run out of the long distance weaponry, if you're just stuck on that Sheriff, the Ghost, eco buy, it's so hard to be impactful. So balancing things out early is très important.
Very important indeed. That was very interesting. They got the recon dart out there on A, and they kind of like slowly looked at it and then finally shot it out. You know, I feel like that's what I see a lot here. Oh, look at this. It's going to be extinguished pretty quickly. That run it back from Adder. But that's enough information to know that there's someone here in Mazza. All of the utility is going to come out. It's going to take him down. And look at this. Hooligan is going to go down as well. DNA Diff are looking so strong on the push, but it doesn't matter to Stealthy with a double headshot. Really quickly making it a 2v3 situation, evening up the odds just a little bit more. DNA Diff still have the advantage at the moment, but my goodness, Cuppa, this has been a devastating push out onto the site so far for DNA Diff.
Oh, has it ever? They look so dominant and confident within their plays here. We've seen Rep make that really sick 3K over on C. Could it happen here again?
Pulling them in.
I like the slow push from Simple, clearing all the corners. There's one. The drop from Rep comes down though, but it's just not enough for Neon and Aiko to be able to take it down. And there it is, another point on the board for DNA Diff. It was looking pretty dire there for a little bit. You saw like some of the weird buy just because of the econ from last round, from that round that they lost there to Recon 5. But they're looking a bit better here, 3-1. I mean, it's a good scoreline to start off. Everyone's basically even on the board. We have two members, Hooligan and Nick are both on the light shields, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a hindrance, especially with Hooligan having that run it back in one more ult point.
Run it back is so very important on Haven. You can get those early picks, you can get that early intel, and the more that we see Valorant develop, you're seeing different kind of plays with the run it back. It doesn't have to be all aggression, all attack all the time. All attack all the time is going to be DNA Diff though. They're persistent with this and they're noisy about it too. That they really seem to believe in this A push.
I really like their confidence, their aggression, pushing out onto the side. It doesn't even matter. They're getting out there. They're doing the thing too. And this time it looks like Recon 5 are going to give up that site for them this time. They're actually starting to think that it might be a C push, but the stars are starting to come down. Rep probably getting ready for that lockdown. We might actually see that pretty quickly.
Rat Cypher play, sorry, just to focus, does get shut down, so Recon 5 in that prime position for a retake here. And the lockdown coming through too, surely they can get something from this.
Oh my goodness, that swarm grenade was so dirty. Off the back of the lockdown, and look at this! 2 players detained! They're gonna be able to get in there and do some big work! There goes down! There goes Dubbin and Neon, both out the same time, and look at these shots. It doesn't matter because they had the spike diffusing that entire time. They saw the 2 players detained, and they said, stick the spike, I will smoke you, and we will cover you through this push. What a round from Recon 5.
Let's just focus on that from Rep. He's had some great frags, but what an amazing lockdown. The use of that, the positioning, the timing, just pitch perfect. And it's a chef special coming through. If we see some more of that, we have got a game on our hands for Recon 5. 3-2, and there really isn't too much in it. Talking of not much in it, DNA Diff, what's in their wallet? Not much.
Ooh, it's definitely not Capital One, so we're going to have to move on past that one. Really tough so far, but it doesn't matter. Neon is going to have the blades in hand. Hooligan's going to back off with a good timing there, but look at this. It's going to be able to hit up Neon. This is going to be tough. The right click comes out. Simple's going to go down to that one. And look at this. We still have Hooligan way on the backside. Neon is not going to be able to hit his knives. He's going to be taken down by Stealthy. And Dubbin on the backside is going to get that Sheriff kill. This could be a C site in their favor, but it's going to be... Oh my goodness.
What's happening for this round? This should not have been. Recon 5 and all the guns. DNA Diff, their critic cloud, it was declined. They're paying in change. They get their change out their back pocket and off of their savings they didn't know they had. Picking up a few bucks where they can. It's down to a 2 versus 2 though, and make this work. Oh, this would be so special.
Oh, and a really unfortunate spray from Adder. Barely going to miss out on Hooligan's head. He's going to get away with 31 HP and the defuse and tying it up 3-3, couple. What a round. You were talking about it. They were going into this round with like a half buy DNA Diff, and they were making the best out of it. They came in. Neon was able to get in with some of the knives, right click, take down Nick, and that's a gun in the hands of Recon 5. And so off the back of that, I don't know. They did a lot of economy damage just in general to Recon 5.
Look at Recon 5's buy right now. Sure, they've got the Operator, they've got the full Phantom Vandal buy, but for the reserves, what's in the cash for them? They've got nothing. They really don't. They've got enough for maybe a Vandal no armor buy going into next round with a half splurge on abilities, but that is how impactful it can be on an Econ to get that plant and to pick up the frags. 4 players removed, and it's back to even playing field.
They have a feeling there's going to be an op on the field. Look how slow the play is, but here comes the Hunter's Fury. Beautiful. Out onto Stealthy, going to try and take him down. He's going to be able to get out of that area, but no. Rep is going to be caught in the crossfire there on the Hunter's Fury, but Stealthy still trying to jump peek here, trying to get a couple of looks. Hooligan on the backside going to be pushing through, and the return favor from the Hunter's Fury. Look at this. Look at this push. You've got a 2-prong push here. Adder and Hooligan working together, sending out the curveballs towards each other. It's going to be Adder's going to hit that second one, but no, this is a slow push.
Oh, gonna see a little bit of action coming through for some Utah. You love to see it, but the double coming out from the back. He's gonna hit from Acol. Down to the crucial one-on-one here. The defuse is coming straight in. He's going to stick it. He's definitely sticking this.
Oh my goodness, no. The flame wall is actually going to be not in his favor. Couldn't see anymore because he was standing in the middle of it. Tried to get the spray down, but Aiko, I don't even know. Able to get that lucky spray out himself. What a round. I can't even break that round down there, Cuppo. Tell us about it.
Yeah. I'm trying to scratch my head to see what happened there, but I think that's just a blunder on the trades. It's a blunder in the trades. You saw the 3K come through, bleed from both sides, and Aiko just somehow, some way, his timing was just bang on for that one. We talked to Recon damage. Recon 5, they're in the pit of death right now. I think a couple of sheriffs, maybe a Spectre, if I am not mistaken. A little quick look at the scoreboard to see where things are at, but I can tell you, it's not prime.
Yeah, definitely not prime so far. They are on that Chico round. You even see a classic in the hands of Stealthy. Going to try and get as close as possible. Maybe get that right click done. There it is. Going to get one. There's 2 down. that's going to be an even side. 3v3, never mind. Recon 5 are going to go down, and that's going to be a 1v3 situation. Hooligan is pushing in as fast as possible. Still has a ton of utility in their favor. They have a full kit right now, 2 curveballs and the hot hands, including that flame wall. So if Hooligan can get in there, especially with the fact that he's got a Vandal, and my goodness, he's going to be able to turn around. Dubbin just barely doesn't make that one. Sends in the curveball, has the run it back, is going to send it out. The curveball comes out themselves, but they're going to be pushing on them. Hooligan is not going to be able to do anything. Adder read that like a book, pushed in, and was able to take him down.
Definitely read him like a book. He wrote the book, as it will be for that round, and you saw him sort of second guess, and that's the impact of second guess. It's second guessing a play that you have. You saw Hooligan, he had a great opportunity to do something special. You got the one frag on Sova, excellent stuff, but he needs to double, triple down almost immediately, and that hesitation to run it back, I think is going to cost him that round. So at this level of play, as you're starting to climb the ranks within the Valorant Sunday Showdown, you made it top 16. Those kind of mistakes, they can be really costly, and that one not going to be something he can tee off from. Still plenty in it for week 59's top 16 though, only 5-3.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of Valorant played already in this matchup. Like, it feels like it's been a long game already, and we're still in the first half, Kappa.
Yeah, it feels like a whole game's gone by, and that's us on the casting desk. Oh, through the cage. That feels bad. You're like, what? The cage was up.
Yeah. But that's how you know, Kappa, that it's a good game. They're doing a lot. I think Adder was actually spotted out by Simple. Simple taking it slowly, doesn't even matter. Adder's going to be able to get the headshot. Not on Rep, though. Rep still has 13 HP left over. It's going to be able to get that reload in, but that time bomb is ticking, Kappa. And this is going to be a tough retake for Recon 5. Do they even attempt this? Or do they go save? But no, it doesn't look like they're saving.
Stay or should I go now? Definitely something bringing through. Stealthy going in, and it's so risky with the HP on Rep. He was so lit. It's down to one player though. It's all going to be on Neon. He needs to be shining bright. Neon light here gets almost the one, but Stealthy able to finish that round. The half defuse already in place. Good communication coming in from a Hooligan and Stealthy. 5-4 it will be. We've seen some games today where there was always a defined winner, I think, within the playstyle that you were seeing and the kind of momentum. But for this one choice, and I swear, it's every time we cast together, it's a neck-and-neck race, and it's hard to tell. It's hard to say. I would not be able to put money on either team at this point. It's such an even race.
Yeah. I know. We kind of get lucky, Kappa, almost every single time.
We do.
I'm actually very interested in this, though, Kappa. DNA Diff stacking on the A side. And they do have a lockdown on the side of Recon 5. Will we see a second lockdown and Molly lineup coming from Recon 5 to be able to push them back? We'll actually see. Look at this. The stars are going down. A beautiful headshot from Stealthy and Hooligan working together to be able to take down a couple of members. It looks like they might actually back out for DNA Diff. They're kind of reconsidering their lives here. But I mean, I gotta say, it is a save round. But Kappa, what a quick round that was.
That was a bit of a blowout, wasn't it? And we're just saying, this is so neck and neck, and the casters guys delivered. Might have a flawless on our hands here for Recon 5. They can play their cards right. That spray coming through from Stealthy. Taking Stealth out the question, go for the pre-fire. Meza exchanging Recon with Dubbin. Dubbin gonna perish though. Hooligan. Yeah, really good duo plays we're seeing from Stealthy and Hooligan. You love to see it from two duelists.
Oh yeah. I feel like that's what it needs. Rep here on the right, in the right place at the right time. He's going to be making the call out, and it looks like Simple is going to be pushing up, gets the one, might actually get the second one with the spray. Look at that. Tries to come out swinging with the judge. Not this time. Is going to be taken down by Simple, and that's another round, tying it up 5-5, just like you were talking about, Kappa. Look at this. Two beautiful teams fighting back and forth, staying neck and neck throughout this entire time. And this is probably the round that we see that lockdown come out from Rep on the side of Recon 5. They know that it's a full buy from both sides, and they have to use every advantage they can. And this is a good map to use that lockdown, Kappa.
Oh, is it ever? It's those sites where when you go for that retake, it's the retake lockdown. You don't really see it in too many other situations. And at this moment, Stealthy does get the entry. Hooligan trading back in as well. We talked to that dynamic duo. Already it's a 3 versus 3. Where'd the round go?
I know exactly where you are.
How are these people just disappearing off of the face of the planet here? I could not guess at all, but Simple is going to try and get in the background, sends in one of the stars. It's going to have to win out, and that one does. Gets the headshot out onto Neon. That was a really scary aim duel there, but the Hunter's Fury is going to come out, and look at this. It's just decimation for DNA Diff. Recon 5 got their number down, sends in the Hunter's Fury, and gets the last 2.
Decimation indeed. Such a good word for that occasion, because the use of Hunter's Fury, that is such a hard ult to use, especially when the plant is not already happened. It was happening, and somehow calculated timing there. The call out's gone in from Meza. Hunter's Fury frag, so satisfying. The most satisfying. I am the hunter. Boom. Done.
Voice actor Cup of Frag, is that what we're about to see?
That's where we're at right now. I'll reel it in though. Definitely, I'll stick to the casting, shall we say. Hunter's Fury not this time. It's going to be running back. Not doing too much damage. Does get the info for the Windows play though.
Look at this battle for Garage right now, sending in even the Hunter's Fury. Rep is still alive and still getting headshots, though. Aiko goes down, same with Neon. That's going to be a 5v4 in the favor of Recon 5. This is going to be a tough hold for DNA Diff, but Adder has to get something done with this curveball. Doesn't get anything done. They're going to be able to push it back, and look at this. The flame wall is going to go up to try and keep themselves alive, as well as get a little bit of healing in as well. Dubbin taking a little bit of damage with that shock dart. Has to get them in, get themselves into a better position. Dubbin, oh, look how cheeky that is.
I didn't even know what to call it. It's going to be such a cool play from the Astra there. Did you see that?
Yeah, that little cubby, that tiny little cubby is perfect for someone to hide in. Even with the Spectre, able to come out, get a headshot. Still weren't able to pull the round off, but that's a good position for them to be. There was a lot of chaos, and they had to kind of rein it back in. So Dubbin sneaks into that little corner, takes a breath, pops back out, gets a headshot, doesn't get the round. But, I mean, that was a good play by them to kind of realign themselves with what's happening on the field.
And great breakdown of it. I couldn't have said it better myself. I was actually speechless to what it was called. It was a cosmic divide. They used the cosmic divide there, hiding in those little cubbies and those pockets. That's calculation to its finest, and that's what you're going to see non-stop on the Valorant Sunday Showdown as we go forward in week 59 here. Second half upon us. Pistol round, my favorite round choice. I love a bit of pistol round, man. It's fire.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch to see who is able to pull this one off. Look how far back they kept the spike, though, Cuppa. It's all the way back in that little C main area, I guess you could say.
Are they playing the, we're going to get the frags only and force ourselves to? Maybe, but not something you'd expect to see at this level of play. That's got to be
a wild start there.
Oh, it got retrieved, so I was talking about an action-packed pistol round. Maybe not, because you need the spike to get things started. The spike is going to go down, 4 versus 4. Recon 5, they're hurt on 1. Are they going to be feeling a couple more? Look at this aggression coming through.
Ooh, that Recon dart is going to be able to spot out a lot of the members of Recon 5. There's 2 members left, but look at this. The trades are going back and forth. Stealthy still alive. Is going to be spotted out. Has to fall back. Going to have to try and stop this defuse. Look at this. They've got to stop it. It's halfway. There's 2 of them. The double peek is too much for Stealthy, and that's going to be a 3K for Neon as well, pushing themselves up on that leaderboard from, I mean, I don't know, like the 3rd or 4th member down all the way up to the top. So, I mean, those quick little rounds, really fun pistol, you know, we like to see it. We like to see it.
You do like to see it. We're both taking a bit of healing in there, and that's true. You do love to see a bit of hype play in the early portion of the half. And I'm a true believer, and I'm just getting into the coaching realm. I've done a bit of CSGO, working into some Valorant as well with the ATK roster. I can spit my words out, but it is something you've got to consider, right? You get an early start of momentum, of positivity. You can blow out the game with that, and that's what DNA Diff are trying to do. They're taking the pistol. They've got to try and even things out there. The Spectre run and gun meta, it's around for a little bit longer, and they're trying to reap the rewards. Neon, the Marshal as well. So that's a good early start.
A great early start so far. Recon 5 on the back foot already. 4 members left alive. DNA Diff have been kind of getting lucky with some of these sprays as well, but Stealthy this time is going to take down Nick. That's going to be a little tough there, evening up the playing field. And look at this, Hooligan peeks out at the right time. That's going to be a gun in their hands as well. But Dubbin holding down the site right now along with Neon. It doesn't matter. Look at these shots coming out from the Marshal. You've got to give props to those Marshal players getting those quick head taps, those nice flicks. Feels good to watch that.
Oh yeah, if you've come from CS, you know the scouts and knives kind of play, and yeah, Neon, he's riding true to the name of that, a wallbang to finish things up there. Ooh. And it's not even about how many frags you got there, you land one of those bad boys and you're like, alright, I'm feeling it, and we are still in this game. Taking pistol round, following up with the second to come through as well. We're back to, we've called it, it's the even game, it's a tie, it's 7-7.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this before. DNA Diff takes the first 2 rounds. Recon 5 takes that third once they get those rifles in hand. And look at this, look at the bonus. It's not as good for DNA Diff this time. Neon does have the knives in hand, so doesn't have to buy anything this time and gets super aggressive down a short, excuse me, but Stealthy is going to put a stop to that real quick. Says no, I don't want to see any of that.
Enough. Sit down. Go back to your home. Well, already home. We're playing from the online, but yeah, just sit back down in this case. And that's so frustrating. You've done such big things with a 4K previously. You whip up the Blade Storm, denied. But what is it going to be denied? Is this aggression to Recon 5? They've got site control. What can they do with it?
You see a little bit of damage come out from those shock darts from Dubbin. Dubbin's doing some good work here. Has a good lineup for the spray down as well. Not going to get too much left after this one. Actually getting ready for that Recon dart to come out. It's going to go down on the ground, but look at this. Perfect timing. Has to drop that other one. Look at this, Cuppa. Look at this push.
Goodness. 3-on-2. Recon 5, surely. Look down pat. Done and dusted. Not in this case. Unless Mez has anything to do with it, it's all down to one lowly Recon 5 players going for the stick!
Does the absolute impossible. I thought Aiko was going to hold on to that defuse, but no. Thought it better to get off and try to get the frag, take the aim duel, but loses out. Wow. What good aim. What fantastic aim. That's all I gotta say. Just fantastic stuff.
You said salt it, but thought it and salt it all at the same time, and it was just bam, bam, bam. You talk of great aim, you've got to have great aim. The aim labs practice has to have been done. The daily ritual for some. And these players, 200% are playing true to what aim labs brings you. It's been a 1-round game, hasn't it? It's been a 1 or 2 round game.
Yeah. This whole time.
Like, I've been on the edge of my seat and it hasn't stopped. I keep taking like a sip of coffee. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to need more hype, but I need the hype here because it's non-stop action. The operator poised and ready from Neon here. He knows there's a play sewers. They've been doing it all game.
I like this push. You've got the split over on both the garage area and here on A. Sends in the run it back. It's going to be able to get a frag for that. So while everyone's focused on A site, there's going to be 2 members pushing down C long, but this time they are going to back out nice and loud. And it looks like 2 members are already ready on the side of DNA Diff. It's going to be able to take down Simple, but Rep is going to be able to return the favor onto Adder. Look at this. They've got the site in their favor, but they got to get that spike down, Cuppa.
They do, and it's going to be denied. That's twice it's been denied. The spike plant has fallen, or planter has fallen, I should say. 2 jets left in the server, 1 with a Blade Storm. Recon 5 looking to extend that lead by 15 seconds. 15!
Oh.
What rounds?
Oh my gosh, what a round indeed. It looked like it was going in their favor, but Neon had different plans, had that operator ready and waiting, kind of twitching, you know, the trigger fingers twitching a little bit. Got that nice quick frag, and look at that. Tied it up again, 8-8. What can Recon 5 do to put a stop to this DNA Diff defense? They're looking a little bit crispy here, though nice and clean. They've got to get, I don't know if they've got to get aggressive or take it a little slower. What do you think?
You bring up a great point, and I'm surprised we haven't seen tactical timeout from either team right now, especially the likes of Recon 5. They've been chasing this as much as DNA Diff have, and someone, somewhere, needs to come up with a magical play from the back of the playbook, something maybe you don't do too often. We've seen a lot of A plays from Recon 5, but it seems as though DNA Diff, they've got the read. Have you got the read on C? One Spectre frag. Make that two Spectre frags coming in from Ako.
Oh
we can see an ace easily here, or not. My bad, dude.
You caster cursed at him. Look at that.
Gotta stop that. I thought you thought I'd have learned by now. A couple of years of casting, I'm still cursing players. My bad, brother. 2K doesn't matter though. 2 was enough to get things done for the C Garage play, for the long play. And DNA Diff, they are back into the lead. But for how long? Full buy coming in from Recon 5.
That round was very interesting. I gotta hand it to Iko. Iko just kind of like really went quick, came around, hit the garage player, knew there was someone else there, but backed off really quickly, checked C long, got another frag, turned around, got a third, and then was taken down. But I mean, just that quick thinking from Iko kept the round in the favor of DNA Diff. Even in a weird buy, I just got to give it to Iko for that round.
It wasn't just about his buy. That's one factor, fella. Oh, the wall bang, so close, so close. You gotta love to see those always happen. Not if you're at the receiving end though, and stealthy, not so stealthy, being caught out there, caught with his pants down, and it's gonna be to the 5-on-4. So DNA Diff, they could double down here.
Curveball might actually be coming out from Garage. Hooligan, no, dry peeks it without the curveball and gets the headshot out onto Nick. What a ballsy play from Hooligan. Stays alive in that situation. Here we are. The spike is down and they're moving back on the backside of site. The run it back is extinguished on the side of DNA Diff, and now the defuse pops out a little bit. It's going to be a fake. The utility comes out a little bit, but Recon 5 are reading into it. Look at this 4v4 stalemate.
Hunter's Fury versus a Hunter's Fury. You talked about earlier, you're going to see a trade of frags coming in from Ezra, going in from Dubbins. It's the 2 versus 2, 2 Sobers alive versus the Jet, the Phoenix. Hooligan, he's had a good round here. He needs to have a perfect round. Is it going to be enough here? I'm not sure.
Oh my goodness. I've got to say, well played from both sides of the coin. DNA Diff were doing their best to be able to push Recon 5 out of their little hidey hole, out of their cubby. But it still didn't matter. Recon 5 stayed cool under pressure, and they were able to use the right utility at the right time. I got to give it to Hooligan in that round. Dry peeking that garage peek and getting the frag, keeping the curveballs in his favor. I mean, big brain plays right there.
Big
or
brain
luck.
and big cojones. Like,
Yeah.
I'm literally shaking my head, Joyce. You shouldn't get those. And it's not that it was a mistake, perhaps, from DNA Diff. It was just a sensational play, and you expect nothing less from both of these teams. It's 9-9. I keep coming back to the score because it keeps giving us a story for more and more here.
Just doesn't stop, Cubbo.
Can't stop, won't stop, and a one-tap coming in from Neon. He's only got a Sheriff. That's it.
I love those. I love those quick one-taps. I really like this as well. The lockdown to keep the defenders out of there, but it doesn't matter. They destroyed everyone. That was quick, and that was a thrifty round for DNA Diff. Sheriffs.
That was it. The execution was so well done. The timing, it's been practiced and it's being executed live. Week 59, is delivering big games today. If you've been watching since the off, you'll know. You'll know. Since the hub of today, we have had bangers. Like bangers, not bangers and mash. No, it's bangers, the kind of games that you're seeing here. And you got to love to see it. Teams practiced and ready for a meta change. Bring it on.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting because as a present for the Valorant Sunday Showdown number 60, we're getting a completely new meta. So, and I mean, these players have not a lot of time to really practice it, but it seems like these players are really trying to use their guns, and man, we're seeing it. These sheriff shots are disgusting.
Oh, definitely. We need to see some Lysol in the studio, perhaps, because these plays have to just off the charts. Dubbins gets the double the odor from backside on B.
Oh man, it hurts to see. Mazza might actually get the drop on Aiko, but never mind. Aiko, if we have learned anything, Kappa, Aiko knows what they're doing with a gun, with a Vandal in their hands. Anything, really. Aiko is fantastic with these really quick, split-second decisions, gets the frags, and wins out in these aim duels a lot of the times. So, really exciting stuff. I mean, what a round.
It's been non-stop excitement this entire game, and is it the first half or the second half? It's the second half, but this steady vibe that we've been having, I'm getting so lost in the game, and I think you're as well, Choice. Feel like we're the coaches almost for how damn invested we are. 11-9 is the score, only a couple of rounds, but let's be real, DNA Diff, they've started to pull away here. If this was a car race going around that circuit, DNA Diff, they are starting to get the nitrous oxide, they're getting that boost. Can they get to match point though?
You know the comms were coming out. Please break the drone, please break the drone, please break the drone. And
now,
look at this turf.
now.
And this is why you want to break that drone, so Neon can get away with murder on that disgusting little angle and be able to watch that run it back. But Simple was ready for that one. Still has the Cosmic Divide up. He's going to be pushing off this very interesting angle, and so quickly, right before our eyes, Kappa, it is a 2v2 situation.
Two versus two here.
Cage trigger.
This is a round that Recon 5, they want to stay in this, they've got to win. It's a must win, you're in it to win it. It's down to the 1 versus 1. Recon 5 are going to stay alive. The lifeline is Rep.
Rep has been the lifeline, it feels like, Kappa. I mean, the scoreline may not seem like, or the stat line for Rep may not seem like it, but those frags, those assists
Impact frags,
have
man.
been so impactful, exactly. And so Rep, I mean, whatever you're doing, it's working. And you're keeping Recon 5 in this matchup right now, getting closer to that tie-up again to 11-11. If they could take this, that'd be huge.
You've got different drinks out there, but the clutch juice is definitely being drank by Rep. And yeah, low frags, but it doesn't matter. The frags have been humongous, absolutely giant.
Did you see that crosshair placement? It was like right on top of Stealthy, I think. While they were grabbing. Oh, that was scary. If the smoke went down, Stealthy's done. Stealthy's gone.
Good setup from
On my wire.
Aiko here. Cam's going to be taken out though. The tripwire, I believe, has been taken out too. Blade Storm is at the disposal. Already Recon 5. Spray coming through the cage. What an amazing cage. Gets a double.
Oh. Movement getting punished by Aiko. Gets the double. Finally is traded out by Recon 5. It's a 3v3 situation. Adder has to heal up. And Stealthy has 0 HP, basically. He is one shot away. Dubbin trying to get that frag with the Hunter's Fury. Might get it here. Gets a double with it, and it's just Rep again. Rep has to do the unthinkable. Up against 2, up against Neon and Dubbin. This is scary stuff, especially when Neon getting that headshot, making it match point here in top 16 of the Valorant Sunday Showdown.
I believed in Rep there. Rep turning things around, has climbed all the way as a KJ to that top frag position, but the buy that you're seeing from Rep, that reflects the depths of where their econ is right now. It's deep somewhere in the ocean. Someone find them some change. You talked of a credit card declined. Yeah, it's declined here for Recon 5. No time for an application. We need to see results now, right now. Oh, the boost. Look at this.
Oh,
Beautiful. That's GG. I'm calling it.
oh, might actually drop down here. Gets spotted out by the Owl Drone. And here comes the Hunter's Fury. Beautiful play. They're going to have to get something here, but Adder comes up absolutely monumental. A 4K really quickly. Pops the run it back and tries to get one tap. It doesn't matter. Mazza's still in this right now, but Neon finishes it off. And DNA Diff move on to the quarterfinals.
Cool as casters, cool as analysts, cool as what you like, but loud as a motorbike, called that one out. What a final play that we saw there. The 4K, the ace just denied, just to smidge it away, but it doesn't matter. The follow-up will get it done. What a game. What an absolute roaring game that was.
Yes, it was. The former VSS 58 champs here again, ready to make the deep run in this week's playoff bracket. Wow. Okay, that's a good Father's Day gift for anybody out there with a father figure or anything. Just kind of clip your plays, Adder, clip that play, send it to your dad, send it to your father figure.
Dads,
Look at
be
that.
proud.
With the MVP as well.
That is a scorching hot game there from Phoenix. Clicking his fingers and he's making magic happen. I think you said earlier in the game, he pulled the rabbit out the hat. Boom. Let's leave it at that. What a performance. Not the biggest combat score, but like you said, the kind of frags we were seeing from players there was the key factor. Rep and all of the players over Recon 5, it wasn't a poor game. It was just DNA Death. They just played a little bit better, and that's going to be the deciding factor here. Clutches from both sides, and it was neck and neck up until, I think it was 8-8-9-9, and then we started to see DNA Diff. They just took it away.
Yeah, they got something in their DNA, kind of pushed them to that, I mean, over the edge to get that win there. But we're going to take a quick little break. And when we come back, it's actually going to be Scrounged Pros versus Arby's. And Arby's has some pretty big names on it too. So you're going to want to stick around for that matchup. It's going to be quarterfinals just after this break.